Good morning, everyone. This is Coach Reggie of the Miami Northwest Express Track Club. I have the honor and privilege to introduce who I believe is one of the greatest sprinters that ever come through our program. We're extremely excited about this gentleman. He's always been a man of his word. He respects what we do as an organization, and just want to have him say a few words here today in honor of the club, and wish everyone a great 2020 track season. And of course, that gentleman's name is Mr. Anthony Schwartz.
Number 5.
How is everyone?
We're doing good, man. Pleasure to have you on. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So, Mr. Schwartz, we just got a few questions we want to ask you, man. First of all, thanks again for giving up your time. You know that what you're doing is very important, but what we're about to do for this 2020 season is very, very important. And we need people like yourself to remember the program and always give back, lend back with wisdom, knowledge, resources, so on and so forth, showing the kids the example that they must follow when they get an opportunity to give back as well. So real quick, why don't you talk a little bit about what it meant for you to be a part of the Miami Northwest Express family and legacy? What does that mean for you?
I think it's just pretty much a giant family, because when I first joined, I joined with some couple of friends. I didn't know how big the program was. So my first track meet, I just saw everyone was in the blue, and we just all connected. Like, it was just a great, big, giant family. I was excited going to track meets every weekend.
Very good. So I understand that you started late in life, right? So what did you do before track and field, and how did you discover, this guy, Coach Reggie, was telling me that this great sprinter was coming, and I'm like, who, when, where's it going to show up? Tell us about that and how you matured into who you are as a sprinter.
So basically, before, I was just experimenting with every sport. Like, I started basketball, and then I was in soccer, and then I always wanted to run track, but I never knew, like, where and when. And at first, I was supposed to actually go to Miramar, and then Coach Eric told my mom about Miami Northwest and Coach Reggie, and so I just came out there I think it was a Saturday practice, and I just stayed from there.
Could he run, Reg, when he showed up?
I'm gonna leave that up to him. I'm gonna let him answer that question. He certainly had some skills. A lot of times I thought he had 2 left feet.
Okay.
But I tell you what, no one worked harder than this man, and he deserves everything that he's accomplished in high school, and of course now at the University of Auburn.
So you just mentioned that nobody works harder. Anthony, what do you attribute to your success? What has made you who you are today? A successful Division I athlete, one of the top sprinters actually in the world, NFL prospect. What do you attribute that success to?
I attribute most of that to really me working hard, and then my mom just never giving up, always. Really, I learned it off my mom, because everything she did for me, she worked 2 jobs for me in high school so I was able to go to school. And then she just got everything for me, and I can't even really put in the words about how much I appreciate her and how much I attribute this a lot to her.
Okay. Now watch this. Put in perspective for us, because we hear all the time, work hard. I work harder than anybody else. What does that mean?
It just means giving your best effort each and every rep and whatever you're doing, whether it's on the track, whether it's on the field, whether it's in the classroom, just giving it your all, doing the best you can.
How important is track for a track athlete? Practice. How important is practice for a track athlete?
It's very important, because that's where everything is built at. You don't just get overnight. You get it with those long 1,800 runs that just builds up your base, and then it'll all pay off.
Is that what Coach Reggie did with you in Miramar? Thousands?
Yes, thousands was our punishment.
Is that right? He made you think you were a middle distance runner, huh?
Yeah.
No doubt about it, man. That's his core. And I tell you what, he wasn't afraid of working hard, man. So at the time, our team was made up of mid-distance runners, man. And so we trained like that. You know, we trained for what we were good at,
Okay.
and he actually had to run those laps and run the distance, and just like as if he was training for 800 meters. But I think first year we tried to figure out where he was going to be and where he was going to be successful. And there was a couple other guys on the team that may have been a little bit stronger than him at the time.
Okay.
And so his focus for the first year really was the 800, man. That's where
Okay.
the basis was.
Okay.
And it wasn't until year two where I think he was tired of running those laps where he came to
Yeah.
me and said, "Hey, I think it's time, coach." so, so of course I gave him that promise. I said, "Hey, if you want to cut down or run shorter, you're going to win some of these races, boy."
Okay.
And sure enough, man, the rest is history.
Is that right? So was he good as an 800-meter runner?
He was good, man. Like I said, he was chasing down our older guys,
Okay.
and he was coming along. Like I said, he was learning the sport and just getting stronger every day. But the thing about it is that he didn't shy away from the training
Okay.
that those guys were doing. He was chasing those guys every day,
Okay.
and
Okay.
while he chased those guys, he got stronger. He got more knowledge about track, and year two, man, put it together, and went on to win, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Schwartz, over I think 8 national championships with the club, and then of course went on to high school to be the best high school sprinter in the state, and then of course representing the USA all across the world, and now at Auburn University.
Okay. Very good. So Schwartz, two final questions for you, and then unless Coach Reggie has something else, tell me your greatest memory representing. I know, of course, you've represented the United States on the highest level, but what is your greatest memory representing Miami Northwest Express? And then finally, if this was the last time you got a chance to share encouragement with these young kids who are just starting in life or starting in track and field, what would you tell them?
Well, I think my greatest memory for the club was probably my first nationals. You know, it was a biggest stage I ever ran on. My first time running out of state, really.
Okay.
And so I'm going up against the best of the best, and then being able to win the 1, 2, and 4, which is something I never thought I'd ever do.
Okay.
It was just an amazing feeling for me, and it just felt like all my work has paid off.
Very good. You did a triple, huh?
Yeah.
Triple crown winner. And then what message might you give? It's going to be some young kids just starting track and field. It's going to be some older kids that may have struggled along the way, kind of at the crossroads of life and decision making. You know, this is your moment to encourage someone else. What would you tell them right now?
I was just telling them don't give up, because when I started track, I definitely wasn't the fastest. I was getting probably 4th, 5th place finishes, but I never really felt discouraged. I'm thinking, well, it's my first year. It's not really a lot that I can expect, and then so I just kept building on that. And then especially in high school, when I was before I was getting recruited, like pretty much everyone I grew up with was getting offers. Everyone in my class was getting offers. I wasn't really getting anything, so I just said, I'm just gonna put my head down and I'm just keep working hard. And next thing I know, the next few years is probably some of the best years of my athletic career.
Very good. So where they start isn't a picture of where they might finish.
Correct.
Okay, very good. All right. Reggie, you got anything else?
Yeah, I would just ask one question. I mean, because it's very important that people understand that Miami Northwest Express is not just a track club. It's an experience. It's a family. It's a mentorship program. And just like I know Schwartz actually was my roommate on a lot of those trips. And matter of fact, I think his first flight uh, was because of that national championship meet, and the trust that his mom had in me to take him to and from these events and make sure that he was safe. I just want him to share, if you can, in a few words, what maybe even some of the things that we talked about in terms of never forget home, uh, always remember your mentors, never forget where you come from, those types of things, and how that message, hopefully that resonated during our conversations, impact you today.
But really, the main thing what you said is never forget where you came from. Without Miami Northwestern, I probably I don't know where I would be today. Probably, I don't know if I'd be. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have been at my high school because I met a lot of people that went to Heritage from there, and then I don't know with the connects I built from there. I don't know if I would even be here. So I know it means a lot to me, and I know when I won my senior year when I won the Gatorade, they said to get back to like a community or like a team, and the first thing that popped in my head was Miami Northwest because of everything they did for me, everything they brought me in like a family, and I just can never really repay them for that.
All right. Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. You know I do. I got mad respect for you and your mom and your family. Um, I'm just extremely proud of the young man that you've become thus far. I'm very excited about your future. You know you're my man. You know you can call me anytime you need something. You know I'm there. So we just want to make sure that you understand that and know that we respect you, man, and we love you as a member and former member and always will be a member of the Miami Northwest Express Track Club, bro. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Lifetime membership, brother. Lifetime membership. Hey, thanks again, man, for spending this time with us. It's been a pleasure as always. Continued success in all you do, academically, in sports, and in life. You're a great example, and we're cheering for you. Okay. When it seems like you're running into tough times, just think these guys back there in Miami, they believe in me. They're cheering for me, and we always will.
Thank you.
Okay. We'll see you later.
All right.
Okay.